Hey everybody, it's Faith and Jenna, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the 4 rules of gun safety. So get ready. The first rule is all guns are always loaded. What this means is that you always treat a gun as if it's loaded even if you know that it's not. For example, if you're at a gun store and the person behind the counter pulls out a gun and checks it and you see them check it and they hand it to you, you still check it even though you just saw that person check it because you want to treat all guns as if they're loaded. Rule number 2 is never point your gun at something you do not want to destroy or kill. What this means is you always want to make sure that your gun is pointed in a safe direction. For example, if you're at the range, your safe direction will always be downrange. Even if you're taking it out of a bag, make sure that it's pointed in a safe direction, and when you set it on the table, make sure that it's downrange. Don't sweep yourself or anybody else. Always maintain muzzle awareness. Rule number 3 is never put your finger on the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to fire. What this means is don't put your finger on the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to shoot. Guns don't just go off by themselves. They go off because people are playing around with the trigger. Always maintain trigger discipline. Rule number 4 is always be sure of your target and what's beyond it. What this means is you want to be sure of your target. This is particularly important with hunting. You want to identify the animal that you're going to be shooting at before you take your shot. The second part of this is making sure you know what's beyond your target. You want to make sure you have a sufficient backdrop or enough distance for the bullet to stop without hitting anything or hurting anyone. An easy way to remember the 4 rules of gun safety is thinking about how you would approach a firearm. For example, if you're at the range and a gun is lying on the table on the firing line, you're going to approach the weapon and treat it as if it's loaded. Rule number 1. Then you're going to pick the gun up and make sure that it's pointed in a safe direction. Rule number 2. Then you're going to bring the gun up and put your sights on target, but you're not ready to fire yet, so you're not going to put your finger on the trigger. Rule number 3. Then you're going to identify your target and what's beyond it. Rule number 4. And once you've done all that, you can go ahead and take your shot. That's an easy way to remember the 4 rules of gun safety. To recap, rule number 1 is all guns are always loaded. Rule number 2 is never point your gun at something you do not want to destroy or kill. Rule number 3 is never put your finger on the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to fire. Rule number 4 is always be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Remember, with firearms, safety always comes first. You can't take back a bullet. Remember to be safe and have fun. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye everybody.